And I've been particularly inspired by Keith Haring, who was a subway artist in the 1980s. Yes, I've had some fun playing around with just the basic shapes and sort of turning them into fun little animations or animated GIFs. So this is Keith Haring's poster, and it's an interesting poster because it's got lots of different elements to it, but it seems perfect to animating. So first of all, I used Procreate Dreams to create my animation, and I was using the new flipbook feature to create my walking figures, and I kind of duplicated them, but I had to sort of group them, put them into layers, and then the trouble was I'd forgotten to put the hearts in, so that meant I had to go into every different flipbook and change it so that I could add the hearts there. And the workflow was a bit sort of cumbersome, and there was no looping feature, so I decided to use another program instead. But I use this program called DoInk's animation program, but I can break up the scene into lots of different parts. So for the static images, I've got the background river, and that is literally like a group of colors. We've got the sky, we've got the grass, we've got the river. And then I've got things like the figure, which again is just a one frame drawing. And what I like about it is that I can create a walking figure. Now, I've just used, I took a video of my son just walking the garden, and I was able to bring all the images in. And the good thing is, what I didn't say before, is that when you bring an image in as a reference, when you play it back, it doesn't show. So for instance, this is a walking figure. And the beauty is it's now a library element. And what I mean by that is that if I go back to the gallery, all of these sit in their own kind of libraries. And I've got a beating heart here. And again, it's a frame by frame animation. And you can see just a few frames. And I've got a beating heart. And again, the sun, I meant a sun that's pulsing. And because these are all library elements, if I change this, it'll change it anywhere I reference, which is really good because now you can see that I've also got a composition. So the composition is where you basically put all your drawings and taken all the library elements, and all you need to do is you can see here that it's made up of, I've got basically the Walk for Life, which is on its own top layer. That's the kind of bubble writing. Then I've got the screen, which acts as a mask because I wanted the figures to sort of come underneath it so that it becomes like a walking animated poster, which I brought to life. Then you've got the figure here. And then what I did is I just used the library elements of those walking characters, and I've just layered them on different layers at different parts of the timeline. And then I've got the sun, and then I've got the river, which I've moved along because what on the composition you've got keyframes and you can just move things along different parts of the timeline. So when I play it all together, you can see here that all these elements are looking like it's really working because it's now an animated lively poster.